I wanted to record this video of this new story that came out. Well, it's been out for about 3, 4 days, but it's making more headway in the news cycle, at least here in California. So they have this new assembly bill in California that they have proposed, and it's Assembly Bill um, 1133, which is causing a lot of controversy because I'm sorry, Assembly Bill 1333, which is causing a lot of controversy because it's going to affect self defense cases. Believe it or not, California is a stand your ground state. That means in a self defense situation, if someone is attacking you, you have a right to stand your ground. Excuse me. You don't have to run away. You can actually use self defense. If this bill passes, that won't be true anymore. It will not allow California to be a stand your ground state, meaning that if someone is going to attack you or you're feeling you're being under attack, you must try to avoid them first before you can use self defense. So you can't stand your ground anymore. That's one thing that's going to happen. The other thing that's going to happen is it's going to determine the amount of force that could be used. So deadly force can no longer be used in certain circumstances. It will not be justifiable. One of them is for the defense of property. Now, property could mean anything. My pen is property. Whatever I have in my pocket is property. But then real property is property as well. So you cannot use self defense or deadly force. You cannot have justifiable homicide in those cases. And then another controversy that it's causing is the amount of force that could be used. So you can only use the amount of force needed to dissipate the danger, and you can't use extra force. And the reason it's causing controversy is, let's say you're in the middle of a life-threatening situation or what you believe to be a life-threatening situation, and you use force. Later on, you could be prosecuted because the force you used was too much. It was greater than needed. And people are saying, how are you supposed to determine that when you're in the middle of it? So that's the other uh, problem that this assembly bill is going to cause. It hasn't been voted on yet. It hasn't been passed yet. Um, People are trying to have everybody understand it so they could call their congressman. They're saying that this bill is actually um, helping criminals rather than defending the public. It's defending criminals. What do you guys think about this bill? Have you read it? Assembly Bill 1333. Basically, right now, California is a stand your ground state, meaning that you have a right to stand your ground in self defense situations. If this bill passes, California will no longer be a stand your ground situation. You must reasonably, that's the key word they always use, reasonably try to um, get away from the danger. If someone is coming at you, you got to try to escape that danger before you could stand your ground and use self defense. The amount of force you use is going to be determined by this bill. You cannot use more force than needed for self defense. The problem with that is, how do you determine the amount of force that you need um, when you are in the middle of a situation? And then the third one is determining whether justifiable homicide could be used for certain cases. And one of those is you cannot use justifiable homicide for the protection of property. Now, whether you're at home and someone tries to, invade your property at home, and you use self-defense and you use a deadly force, will that um, go against the bill because you're protecting the property, or are you protecting yourself? So that's one of the things that the trial courts are going to have to determine. Um, if you guys have any questions, I know there's some people on, some people are writing stuff. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Let's see if anybody has any questions. Um, No, Duke, actually, stand your ground in California is a stand your ground. I've had people that stood their ground, used deadly force, and yes, at first they were charged. They shouldn't have been, but they were found to be not guilty, and the case was thrown out because they had a right to defend themselves. So, believe it or not, California is very serious about self defense, and it is a stand your ground. Anybody else have any questions? All right. I'm going to post this video. You guys have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. I'm going to switch platforms. I'm going to go to TikTok Live if you guys want to join me there. Better Call Hash is the handle in TikTok. If not, I will see you guys later. Have a good weekend. Enjoy your day.